Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go Quick Look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we're looking at this time is the Harukaze Aogami Super or Japanese handled Gyuto 210mm knife. So this line is composed of a core steel of Aogami or Blue Paper Super reactive carbon steel from Hitachi. This steel is known for its superior edge retention, yet the sharpenability that you get with a good carbon steel. The heat treat's about 63 Rockwell on that core steel, so they're taking kind of a mid-high level, kind of a nice medium range for the heat treat. The construction is a 3-layer sandwich with stainless steel cladding over the top of that Aogami Super core. So either side has soft stainless on top of that AS core. And then the weight on the knife, these are going to vary a little bit from knife to knife, but the dimensions and such. This particular one is about 5.4 ounces, 153 grams, so it's pretty light. The edge length, this is a little bit oversized for a 210, so this one's about 217 on the edge and about a little over 8.5 inches. If you're into something, you want something a little bit bigger than the 210, but not a 240, this might be kind of something that might push you into that range. It's kind of nice to have a little bit extra length. The overall length's about 358 millimeters or 14.1 inches. And then the spine thickness, these are pretty thin knives, so it's about 2.4 millimeters. That pretty much holds that until you get about the last, I don't know, inch and a half or so, and then it thins out to a really thin tip. The blade height is about 46.6 on this particular example, and you can see it's kind of a semi-polished finish, so it's got a fair amount of polish to it. The handle is just one of the standard types we see a lot, which is a nicely finished oval ambidextrous rosewood handle with a stabilized wood black packer wood ferrule. Nice fit and finish on the handle and the install. Circumference is about 3 inches or 76 millimeters, where the ferrule and the main part of the handle meet, which is pretty standard size. And then they've got a very comfortable curve here to the back of the blade, the choil into the neck, and you can put your finger in there for a pinch grip. So it fits a pinch grip really well. Let's take a look at where that pinch grip might be in relation to the balance point. The balance point is just about right there where my finger is, and the pinch grip is, guess what? I didn't even move my finger, so for me it's just about right on the money for a pinch grip. Might be, your mileage might vary just a little bit, so it's a very nimble, neutral feel to the blade. So this is a light feel to it. The blade itself has got a fair amount of stiffness for the thickness of it. And let's get a close-up look at it. Fit and finish is nicely done on this blade. Sorry, I got some fingerprints on there now. But you've got some chiseled kanji on the right side of the blade. There is your, it's a little hard to show here, but there we go. There's your line that demarks the cladding from the core. When this core steel starts to patina, which it will, that's going to look really cool. It's going to darken up, and then you'll get that really cool wavy line, the cladding line there. And these are ground pretty thin at the very edge. They're quite thin at the edge. This thing is kind of a quasi-laser performer. It, through soft product like onions and various soft products, this thing just really, really goes through product awesome. It just flows through really, really well. You can get a little bit of wedging on harder products and bigger product, but through softer stuff, this thing flies through it. And again, it's a lasery type feel as far as performance goes. It's just a nice blade. It's if you like performance, you'll like this blade. So here's the profile on the cutting board. It is distinctly curvy. There's a fair amount of just overall belly. You can see there's really not much of a flat spot. So if you say, oh, I love to push, cut, chop, maybe you won't want to use this knife. But if you like rock cutting, if you got a little motion to your cutting strokes where you can afford to deal with a little bit of belly like this and a constant curve, or if you're coming from Western knives where you are used to more of a constant curve, you might really like this profile. I can get, about right there on it. So there's your profile. Again, smooth, but very curvy. So this is just an overall great performer and nice fit and finish. It had a really sharp out-of-the-box edge. I'm going to say 7 out of 10. This thing was screaming sharp out of the box. And it's just a great performing knife. So I know Mark brought these in, a little different style from this maker, and I like it. I like it a lot. So there you have the Harukaze Aogami Super Wa Gyuto 210 millimeter knife.